Hey guys, what's up? It's Fat Brat Phoebe and I'm back with another Sims video. Now I know I've been gone a few days, I had some stuff to do, but I'm here now, so let's get right into it. There's a little bit of controversy regarding The Sims 4 the past few days involving Keke Palmer, piracy, EA Game Changers, and the morality of right and wrong. How do these all relate? Well, stay tuned and find out. Now, a few days ago, there was a little bit of controversy because a wonderful lady by the name of Keke Palmer put out a tweet saying, "Hey EA, I have two accounts. One has Sims 4 packs I can't access. Do I really have to buy them again, or can I merge my accounts somehow?" EA seemed to respond to this pretty quickly, and when I tell you this was the straw that broke the camel's back, like, it was getting vicious out there. A lot of people had issue with this because ever since the EA app has come out and EA has recommended people use that instead of Origin, I've heard of many complaints about people not being able to get into their accounts, being told they don't own the Sims 4 game or all the DLCs they spent money on, and other things like that are just very frustrating for players. Now, I'm on Mac, so I didn't go to the EA app, not only because we weren't required to, but because I didn't feel the need to do it, and I heard it was pretty glitchy. So now in the replies, you have people talking to EA about what happened, and they'll give you the same copy paste. "Hey there, thank you for reaching out to us via Twitter." Like, as if that's really going to help people. But yes, it seems like they had no problem rushing to help out Keke Palmer, which is interesting, to say the least. Now, in some of her replies, I believe, and I say believe because a lot of tweets are missing, gone, or I simply cannot find them. So I can't 100% guarantee that these things were said. But I think some of the people in her replies started recommending that she pirate the game. Now, this is something that I thought most simmers were aware of, that some players pirate the game and some don't. I didn't even know it was a point of contention for the entire community. Yeah, because that happened, people recommended, why don't you pirate the game? This essentially made a lot of CC creators feel away and kind of shove their foot in a shoe that didn't match. So then we have people like this person. By the way, I must say this, these are all opinions. Obviously, we're not harassing anybody or anything like that. Obviously, these are just opinions about a game that sucks. So I would hope nobody would be criticizing others or, bullying anyone, but whatever. I feel like that's common sense. Then you had some people like Pug Own Plays and Miss Urban Sims making tweets about the situation. Now, she deleted her original tweet, but God works in mysterious ways. This person, Mikey, they, them, at Amazing Paraboy, they actually took a screenshot of this. Thanks, you're a real one. I'm so shocked people are willing to admit to crime on the internet. And this was regarding piracy in The Sims 4. He says, hot take, EA creators shouldn't insert themselves into this conversation about piracy when they have packs for free. And this is something I honestly agree with. Like, Urban Sims, like a lot of other EA game changers, are trying to protect their position as a game changer. So if anything makes the Sims look bad, or they aren't calling out things that make the Sims look bad, it may threaten their position as the EA game changer, which comes with a lot of things, including free games and recognition and followers in the community. It's also their job. But basically, this was in response to this person's tweet. Stunned people are defending pirating Sims DLC. It's stealing, plain and simple, no different than walking into a store and helping yourself to what you want because you could not afford $50 for a luxury item. Yes, video games are little luxuries we allow ourselves. And this person decided to express that they think that pirating is wrong. It's not good to pirate games because it's stealing. It's stealing from EA Games, and they are just a great company that we don't deserve to steal from. You see comments talking about difference is that you're stealing from a mega corporation who has no problem turning every franchise they got their hands on into a soulless cash grab, not some small business who could actually be affected by stealing. And he says, EA turned The Sims into a soulless cash grab. Do you understand it was EA who launched The Sims, right? I feel like we know, and I think they're referencing EA as the mega corporation. So you can tag me with no issue, by the way. Never thought someone from the Sims community would play the "I'm sorry you're not privileged enough to buy the Sims" card on me, but it's okay. Sorry if I offended you. Sir, never said those words. Enjoy your block. Zamzaddy, you ain't gotta block somebody. Another person said couldn't agree more with this. When I couldn't afford all the packs in The Sims 3 days, I made do with what I had and really took my time to select packs to buy that I thought were worth the money. The Sims is a luxury, not a necessity. Now, I'm gonna stop and talk about this, her mentioning that, if she couldn't afford all the packs, she may do with the one she had. The problem is that with The Sims 4, when you buy packs, kits, any of those things, almost all of them are incomplete. I heard, because I never played The Sims 3, I actually have to say, I played Sims 1, Sims 2 a lot as a child on console. I missed The Sims 3 because it did not work on my Wii, so I did not get to play that, but I did get to play The Sims 4. And what I have heard is that the DLC for that game was not only amazing, but came with multiple things, including in a pack. Like, I believe Nightlife came with clubs and werewolves, clothing types, like just a lot of stuff that these other packs are not giving you. The packs of The Sims 4 come with literally one thing and a little bit of it. So to use this excuse was very interesting, to say the least, because you need to spend more money on The Sims 4 to get the same amount of things you would get for The Sims 3. Is it also just because something is a crime doesn't make it inherently wrong, as I'm seeing the argument quite a lot in this thread. Think about who your actions actually affect and why piracy laws exist in the first place and who they are meant to serve. This is also another good thing. And it's just interesting how this is a hot take, because people aren't pirating The Sims because they want to be mean to EA. They're pirating The Sims because it's not a complete playing experience and it's not fun. Then Urban Sims made an apology saying that she was sorry for offending people. I'd like to take a moment to apologize to anyone who was hurt by my response, comments, views on piracy. At the end of the day, I've realized the situation is straightforward. So many variables and factors. And she apologized, and I can only take that apology as genuine. I'm not going to conspire about whether or not she really meant her apology, but I do find it interesting that now, because people are scared they're losing their fan base, and because most of the fan base can't afford the $1,000+ it costs to play the game in the way that EA Game Changers do, it's interesting how she wants to apologize when she was very adamant about admitting to crime on the internet. So all of this kind of reinforces an idea I've had for a while, and that's that EA Game Changers are not here to do their job, which is bring the complaints of the everyday people who have problems about The Sims 4 to the higher up, so that our voices can be heard in regards to issues about the game. Being a game changer is kind of like walking on a tightrope. They have to balance being authentic with their audience with also pleasing EA so that they can keep receiving free packs and kits and whatnot. And then they use all those free kits and expansions to keep making a steady flow of content all throughout the year. Just basically free advertisement for EA to show you, hey, look at these kits and packs. Aren't they fun to play? Don't you want to play these storylines, these let's plays? Like, come and get these packs and stuff. They use the EA Game Changers to advertise for them, and in exchange, EA Game Changers also get a larger audience, more packs to have fun with the game, and more ideas for storylines and things for their videos. And as a result of this, guess who is at the bottom and ends up suffering the most? Us, the regular everyday players who don't get free codes, who don't have large audiences, who just play the game for fun and just to have an escape from real life. Then when a new pack comes out, they'll talk about all the things they like, and there'll be very few actual game changers who will vocalize all the issues and the things that are actually bad with the pack and the kid. So as a fan of the creator, you trust their opinion, you buy stuff too because it looks good, but you end up being screwed because you're having issues that this person never mentioned. They never mentioned this stuff. The biggest example I can think about this is actually High School Years. I hate to keep bringing up High School Years, but that shit, either you were there for it, it was catastrophic, or you just were not bothered. It was over the top for a game that is essentially a freaking dollhouse simulator. Like, the High School Years pack update actually affected people who did and didn't have mods. It affected things with the UI, which usually breaks not only a lot of mods, but even regular stuff within the game, with a game that was already kind of shaky to begin with. So then you see all the game changers making videos about how, even though there's a few aspects about the pack that could have more details, they're just kind of like, there's some parts missing, but, it's fun. It seems very fun, so you should go get it. And then it's launch day. You try to open your game, guess what? Failed the load file. You're shook, scared, panicking, overseas, church, Vatican. You're freaking stressed because this is like the worst thing that could ever happen. Meanwhile, you're seeing your favorite Sims YouTubers talking about some High School Years Let's Play Part 2. Ma'am, I can't even open my game. Huh? Now, little Timmy, sit here, close your eyes. Imagine a world where the EA Game Changers would unite and actually talk about the issues with the game. Imagine how much we could accomplish, how much could change, how much our voices as a community would be heard. Is it not in the name? Game Changer. For them to actually freaking do something, they could actually listen to us. But no, instead of doing that, they'll take the time out of their day to get on their soapbox and disavow people for pirating a game that pirates their players every single day. Nobody deserves a game where you have to play tech support every time it's patch day. Nobody deserves a game where the more packs and kits you own, the less it freaking works. Nobody deserves a game where false promises are given on how the quality will improve every few months, but it never happens. Nobody deserves a game where the creators are stressed out by EA's demand. Literally nobody deserves that. I think going forward as a community, unfortunately, we're just going to have to put less faith into EA Game Changers. It's clear that they would rather cast judgment on us, the average player, before EA, and that's because EA cuts them a check. I mean this with no disrespect, but it's like the God honest truth. We have to stand for ourselves, and we have to have standards, and we have to do that with our wallets. Now, a few days from when I record this, the new Sim Summit will be upon us, and my expectations are, of course, in hell. But there's still a glimmer of hope that this game will actually improve over time. That's genuinely what I hope. That's why I make these videos, because I love this game and I want it to be so much better than it has been. Thanks for watching my video. It's been Febra Phoebe, and I hope I catch you next time. Bye! When the Sims Summit happens, I will do a live stream reaction to that.